geveg vir sy lewe. 9 minute oor 4 het sy hart gestop. Ek kon my kind nie mooi sien nie. Ek het die laaste keer vir hom gesê ek is lief vir hom.
The town of Heidelberg in Gauteng, rocked by the death of an 18-year-old boy, is largely silent about how it happened.
Mama's meer lief vir my want ek's die jongste, ek's die coolste en ek kan darm spel.
On the night of the 24th of June last year, Dylan Bothma was expecting a night of celebration. Instead, it ended in tragedy on this highway between Heidelberg and Balfour. This is the intersection where Dylan Bothma sustained fatal injuries. But it's the events that witnesses described that led to him being found here in a pool of blood that the people in Heidelberg refused to talk about. Dylan had gone to his 16th birthday party. He was dropped off by his father, who had no real concerns as he left. He had very little to worry about. Well, except the obvious things teenagers do. But nothing could have prepared him for the nightmare that was about to unfold. Her only son, Dylan, and his mother, 𝗀𝗁𝗍, were close.
Toe vra ek sy pa, waar's Dylan? Ek weet nie van die partytjie. Nee, sy, die meisie het aangehou en aangehou, hy moet na die partytjie toe kom.
Dylan had promised to call at 8 o'clock, but time passed without a word. What the families of the children who attended the party didn't know was that this was anything but an innocent sweet 16.
Ek was op pad badkamer toe. Toe sê die tannie, hier is vir my 'n daggakoekie. Toe sê sy ek moet daar staan, sy wil my sien dit eet.
We managed to speak to some teenagers too scared to show their faces. They told us they were worried about the consequences of letting us know that the birthday girl's parents had allegedly given them dagga and alcohol. Was die mense hier by die kuier groot mense of kinders?
Minderjarige kinders.
Minderjarige kinders?
Ja, hier en daar was daar nou soos ons wat 18 is en 19, maar meerderheid van hulle was 17, 16, van hulle 15.
Daar was 'n groot borrelstyl lentjie, daar was 'n punch daar binne.
Met drank in?
Ja. Dat was gespike met vodka. Toe sê hulle vir ons kan almal drink as ons soek.
Wie het so gesê?
Dis die tannie. Het die oom met nog wat gesê.
Dylan's nightmare would begin just after 6:30.
Hy het nog gedans, het nog video's gevat toe hy nog gedans het. Hy was nie so sy gewoonlik was.
Eyewitnesses allege the host, 𝗀𝗁𝗍, gave Dylan what the children describe as a dagga muffin.
Toe gaan hy na Dylan toe wil hy vir hom gee. Toe sê Dylan nee, hy soek nie een nie. Toe sê die oom vir hom, as jy dit nie eet nie, sê klein. En toe hap hy helfte van hom. Soos die aand aangegaan het, het die daggakoekie maar nou seker sy ding begin doen en Dylan kon nie meer op sy voete staan nie.
Het jy hom dopgehou?
Ja. Hy het probeer gaan sit daar by 'n stoel onder die boom en hy het die stoel misgesit. Toe die oom dit sien, toe loop die oom daartoe, toe Dylan opstaan te slaan hom.
𝗀𝗁 allegedly hit him in the face, knocking him to the ground. Some of the children helped him to his feet.
Toe staan Dylan op, toe probeer hy uitstap.
Apparently bloodied and frightened, Dylan left the party. It's claimed 𝗀𝗁 then boasted about the fight.
Hy het geloop en brag hoe hy hom geslaan het na die tyd, by ons almal.
A while later, Dylan returned to the party. Witnesses say he'd forgotten his phone and jacket, but though hard to see, this CCTV footage shows a group blocking him at the gate.
Toe staan 'n klomp kinders hier buite wat hier so om 'n sirkel kom staan het.
So wat het gebeur toe hy terugkom en hy buite die hek kom staan?
Dis toe hom weer slaan.
None of the teens at the party were willing or able to identify the people in the crowd.
Almal bly stil. Niemand sê niks.
Trying to get away, Dylan ran up the road. And the fight wasn't over.
Daar was 'n Porsche bakkie en daar was nog 'n blou baie.
Neighbors awoke to the sound of screaming.
Toe hoor ek 'n kar en 'n motorfietsie uitjaag. En ek praat van jaag.
Meanwhile, 𝗀𝗃𝗍 was growing increasingly concerned. When Dylan didn't answer his phone, his father went to check on him. He was told by the birthday girl that his son had left the party at 6. Another girl put it closer to 8. Dylan's family later found an eyewitness who saw what happened next.
White people, mix, ladies, women, men.
Andries December was walking home when he was distracted by a noise coming down the road.
Ya kushuthi ngibone abelungu baqhamuka ngapha. Ya kushuthi bagibeze yena umfana lo evenini. They was fighting with him, but now they're trying to force to smoke with something with a force. But he said, no, I can't. Again, they hit him.
So it went up there, né? We also spoke to another witness who'd been on the opposite side of the road. Afraid to be seen, he asked to be driven to a safer location.
They were busy beating the young boy there. Then he jumped out from the other small bike. He tried to run away.
The bakkie from the party came speeding down this gravel road, packed with young people, Dylan being one of them. Trying to escape, he jumped off here, and then, moments later, he was found laying in a pool of his own blood, fighting for his life on the main road. In the moment before, he'd apparently fled the group and headed in the direction of the R23.
Keep on screaming, something like.
Screaming what?
To get some help.
Moments later, Dylan was struck by a tow truck.
The guys who are fighting, they push you in front of the back.
Yeah, break down car. See the Ranger. You see that car?
Both witnesses described the bakkie that hit Dylan as a big white one with orange markings, belonging to a local tow trucking company. As Dylan lay in the road, the crowd fled, but the ordeal wasn't over.
Maybe after 10 minutes, it's coming, the Mercedes. It's touching also that guy.
At that moment, a Mercedes-Benz was heading along the R23. The driver later confirmed that he hadn't seen Dylan in the road.
The first car that hit him bounced and he was lying in the road. When the second car came along, he dragged Dylan underneath the car for about 25 meters to this point here.
𝗀𝗃𝗍𝗆 is from the local community safety forum.
𝗀𝗃𝗍𝗆 contacted me at around 9 o'clock on the 24th of June 2023, and she said that the son was missing. And could I please broadcast something on our safety groups?
At the time, 𝗀𝗃𝗍𝗆 had no idea what had happened to his son.
Ons het letterlik in die strate rondgery en geskree. Ek het nog by die vensters uitgehang en geskree, Dylan. Ek het nie geweet wat vir my wag nie.
And he ended up here.
𝗀𝗃𝗍𝗆 was told that Dylan had been in a hit-and-run accident and was taken to hospital. By the time the family found him, it was too late.
Toe die nurse ingekom het en sy het vir ons gesê, Dylan se hart het gestop. Het ek opgestaan en ek het daar gesmeek en ek het vir haar gevra, asseblief, kan sy nie iets van my vat, enigiets. Ek sal my lewe opoffer vir my kind. En sy het net omgedraai en vir my gesê, mevrou, jammer, ons kan niks vir hom doen nie. Tot vandag toe. Dis net asof ek wag dat my kind moet terugkom. Ek wil hom iewers gaan haal en ek weet nie waar nie.
In the year since Dylan's death, no one's been arrested. We go from house to house trying to find answers from children who attended the party. My name is 𝗀𝗄𝗆. Yes. I'm from Carte Blanche. A father of one of the children tells us the police called him.
He said, you know what, you don't talk to anybody because they are just causing so much havoc right now.
Our next stop was Autotech, owners of the tow truck spotted at the scene.
Ons is van Carte Blanche. Kan ons asseblief saam met hom gesels?
At first, the owner was reluctant to speak.
Ek is van Carte Blanche. My naam is 𝗀𝗶𝗴𝗶𝘆.
Okay, wie gee jou die reg om met 'n videokamera om jou jare toe te kom?
Ons kom na die kantoor, ons is die besigheidspremises meneer.
Ja, wat is die probleem?
Nee, ons kom
Ek gee nie reg om my af te neem nie, vriend.
Sal jy saam met ons gesels?
Ek wil nie met jou hieroor gesels op kamera nie.
𝗀𝗄𝗃 eventually agreed to speak to us off camera, but we filmed from a distance. He pointed out a white 𝗀𝗁𝗶𝗴𝗶𝘀 that used to be green, saying it could have been the one that hit Dylan. But witnesses say this bakkie was the second Autotech vehicle on the scene. Kleinans denied that his vehicle was deliberately involved in the hit and run, saying that Dylan may have caused his own death by running into the road. The conducted on this car are still pending. But to date, why has no one questioned Riaan Strydom about what happened at his house the night of the party?
Die enigste conversation wat ons met hulle gehad het face to face is toe my pa vir hom vra die oggend wat het met my kleinkind gebeur, wat het hier gebeur die vorige aand. En al wat hy vir my pa gesê het is, oom, ek het nie jou kleinkind geslaan nie, omgedraai en geloop.
Soon after the incident, the Strydoms left Heidelberg and there's no trace of them on public platforms. Minutes after sending Riaan a message asking him for an interview, his lawyer called our producer.
Even the police has requested to speak to Riaan, but they haven't spoken to him.
They haven't spoken to Riaan. It's a year into the investigation.
You are not going to be the first people to speak to Riaan. Are we going to allow it?
We went to the local police to ask why they haven't spoken to Riaan. While not criminally responsible for Dylan's death, there are questions that Riaan needs to answer about what happened at the party.
I wish someone could tell me why Riaan, who was seen hitting Dylan, was not questioned.
No, I'm not allowed to speak to the media.
The police later confirmed in writing that two cases are being investigated, one of culpable homicide and one of assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. They didn't provide further details. Earlier this week, Riaan's lawyer sent a letter denying any wrongdoing or liability on the part of their client.
En die klomp wat toe nou vir Dylan gestamp het toe net so teruggeloop.
And a year after Dylan's death, his family is yet to find peace.
Ja, ek mis hom elke dag, elke sekonde van die dag. Ek gaan gedeeld deur sy WhatsApp nooit, net om sy stem weer te kan hoor.
I promise you I'm not crying.
Net om te kan maak dat hy my kind nie weg is nie. Ek wil hom nie terug hê.